Blog Talk Radio.
In the morning, waking up, dreading for this 30-minute season. On the bus, first they start throwing things, then come the insults. God, I know this isn't all I was meant for. Thinking to myself,
amen, amen, hallelujah, holla back. DJ Dika in the house, Tunnel Vision.
Miss Vicky's in the house. Hello, everybody. Hello, listeners. Hello, fam. Hello, DJ Dika.
Hello, Miss Vicky. Ma'am, Miss Vicky. We gotta bring it up.
Issues over there today?
See, we wasn't trying to tell everybody that. Anyway, listeners, that was another new song by Elevate Your Game, and it was called "I Will Arise." So basically, the theme of that song is, we're gonna play it a little later so you can listen to the rest of the words. But what I got out of it is, no matter what, people gonna say stuff about you. Because we know there's a lot of bullying going around, and I hate that we have to continue to go through that. I mean, when me and Miss Vicky was kids, let me speak for myself. It was just you just tease somebody, and you just tease them, and they went home. But nowadays, it done went to the extreme, to the point where they done changed the name to bullying, and to the point where people getting killed over bullying. So at the end of the day, it's like this: you can't stop nobody from saying what they're gonna say. They gonna say it, but as long as you know who you are and you rise above it and don't let them get to you. So that was I Will Arise. Say that again.
I thought you were going to say something else. I think you just ignored me.
Oh, I wasn't trying to ignore you. So go ahead and speak your piece, Miss Vicky.
I said, were you over there having issues?
Oh, you're talking about that. See, I wasn't trying to share that part. Okay. Yes, the song that we usually play didn't come on today, so I had to hurry up and, be an engineer and play another song. Okay.
No, that's not what I was talking about when you dropped the phone. Our listeners need to know.
Why do they need to know? You don't brought it all out now. Yes, I dropped the phone. Now that Vicky wanted me to share.
Because they heard it, and I did too.
Okay, Channel 7 News. Okay, listeners, I know y'all laughing. We having a tunnel vision moment. You know how we supposed to see both sides of the situation? See, Vicky feels that I should have shared. I felt we shouldn't have had to share. But at the end of the day, we had to compromise. So the phone dropped, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but I got it, and the show was still able to start. All righty then.
And DJ Dika, listeners, is disabled, so she was struggling to pick up the phone. So we just wanted to say we apologize, and we ask that you bear with us if certain situations like that occur, and that's what happened. But guess what? She picked up the phone, and she was still able to do, what is that, the engineering part? She was still able to do the engineering part for the show. Isn't that something?
And why we got to talk about me being disabled today? Because it's Disability Awareness Month? Employment Month? What? Okay.
I thought it was Awareness Month, too. I thought October was Disability Awareness as well.
Yeah, it is, but lately they just stick to Disability Employment Month. But anyway, okay, yes, listeners. Yes, I'm a person with a disability. Okay, can we get off that now? We've been on that subject too long now. Okay. What was I talking about?
1 minute too long? Okay.
What would you say?
I said 1 minute too long.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Vicky's really on one. Okay, today. Okay. Hallelujah, holla back. Back to life. Go ahead.
So let's go ahead and get do our shout outs and get let our listeners know our social media outlets. So first we want to say we give a shout out to WEXP 88.3 for sponsoring us to have a host show, as well as Eon H2O Water, who are the same in one. It's just the same person that owns both things. And then we just want to shout out to our listeners, for our faithful listeners, whether you listen live or you listen at your leisure. We appreciate you, and we would also appreciate if you holler back at us through one of our social media outlets and let us know how you feel. Give us you can give us advice, you can give us collective criticism. You can even let us know if you're interested in calling in, because eventually we're going to do that, but we're not doing it right now. But we still want to hear from you. DJ Vika, can you give out our social media outlets?
Miss Vicky gonna open up a can of worms, start having people calling in and giving their opinion now. Okay. Anyway, let's go to our social media. So you can reach us on Divine Victory Ministries. The D and the V and the M are capital. And remember, as always, for our faithful listeners and for our new listeners, when you go to Divine Victory Ministries Facebook page, remember that you're looking for the Divine Victory Ministries with the key in the middle. And we have a group page and we have a community page. And if you want to join our group page, you just wait for us to accept you. And you could be a part of our group. And our Twitter page is DVM418. And our Instagram is Divine Victory Ministries. And the D, V, and the M is no space, and it's all small letters. Our email is divinevictoryproductions@gmail.com. And our website is divinevictoryministries.duda, So that is all our information. So, what else? Oh, yes.
Thank you, DJ Vika.
Thank you. You're welcome, Miss Vicky. We just love it. We are love fest up in here, listeners. So the title of our show today is The Bitter with the Sweet. But before we go into our topic, we're going to give our resources, little tidbits about domestic violence, Disability Awareness Month, and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it's also preacher.
Before we do that, can we discuss? Can we have an icebreaker?
Okay,
and
wait.
we can discuss what we did.
Yeah.
And
okay.
we can discuss what we did for our birthday.
Yeah, we can do that. But just hold on. Dang, Miss Vicky, man, I can't remember what I was trying to finish and say. Man, I'm not happy now. Dang it. Okay, Miss Vicky. Oh, man, interrupted me now. I can't remember. Okay, you go on and tell them about our birthday, what we did this week, while I think about it. Okay.
So we just came from one of the famous restaurants, Bubba Gump, and had a really good time. I had some good home-cooked style type food, which I really wanted. I didn't want nothing too fancy, too out of the norm, and I didn't want to go to any, and you see I'm saying but I didn't want to go to any new restaurants for my birthday.
She just went by herself, ladies and gentlemen.
And so, no, I said we went. I was just saying that I was speaking on that everything is what I wanted.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, because this was actually, we went for my birthday today. And so we went to Bubba Gump. But surprisingly, we didn't know that when they celebrate your birthday at Bubba Gump, that you have to have a contest to see who can eat the cake the fastest. So we found out at the last minute that we had to they brought us a cupcake with a big old whipped cream on top of it and the little sprinkles. And they told us that we had to eat the cake. We had to have a competition on who was going to eat the cupcake the fastest, and we couldn't even use our hands. And so it was so funny because when they started the little songs, when you go to a restaurant and they sing Happy Birthday, I'm thinking, I don't know, because I'm thinking they're going to say Ready, Set, Go or something like that, but they started clapping their hands, chanting something. I couldn't even understand what they were saying, to be honest with you, when they were clapping their hands. So I started clapping with them. And all at the same time, DJ Dika was trying to eat her cupcake, which she couldn't even reach it because of how the seat was. And so then when I started clapping, and the waiter told me, he said, no, he was pointing, telling me to start eating the cupcake. So I got half of it down, and then I was just like, okay, this is all I can do.
And the funny part about it is, because I told them that even though, I was celebrating Vicky because she celebrated me the week before, we told them that it was both our birthdays. So I'm just saying, if I would have not said it was my birthday too, then she probably would have had to just eat it by herself. We should have did that because, I started before her because I was paying attention, and she still beat me, because it was a contest. Who can eat the
but
cupcake
by... But even though you was paying attention, I was paying attention too, but I did not understand what they said.
Oh, no, okay. Excuse me. Let me rephrase it. She didn't understand they was telling her she had to start eating while they was singing. But my point is, because I started before her, and I was struggling, and she still beat me eating the cupcake. And I'm a very competitive person. So, I was like, oh.
And I'm not.
I couldn't even get mad.
I do not like competition.
I couldn't even be mad because she's right. Go ahead.
And see, and I don't like competitiveness. That's not my cup of tea. I don't like competing. I like everybody to have, I know it's impossible for everyone to have the same thing, but if it could be like that, I would be happy that we all can be blessed. Everybody can have successes and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't like that competition stuff. So that's just not a part of my blood. It's in my bloodline, but it's not coming out on me. It's coming out in my children, grandchildren, things like that. But that's not me. I'm not a competitive person at all. Or let's say this, I don't have the desire to compete. I have the ability to compete if I need to, but I don't desire it. Because I think everybody has the ability to compete, but that's not my desire. I don't even like it.
Well, thank you for sharing. So let me rephrase what I said now that Vicky done explained it like that. Okay, I like competition when it comes to playing games or sports or whatever, but when it comes to, because, this does happen in society, so I want to set the record straight. That is not me and Miss Vicky. There is, in society today, some women where they will compete with one another, and they fall out. They can't even be friends because they compete with one another. So I'm glad to say that even though it was in fun or whatever, I'm glad to say that me and Miss Vicky have a very positive relationship, and we don't compete. What I'm trying to say? We don't compete with one another. We go out of our ways to support one another, and we lift one another up. So, and that's how I feel.
Now, I do play games now. I do play card games, and I play all those different games, and I'm on team. I can be on a team and things like that, but I'm not going to get all upset and bent out of shape if I lose.
Yes, that part.
So that's the part that I'm saying, how some people that are competitive, they get upset, they're so a loser, that type of thing. I'm not like that. Like, I'm good. I'll be like, oh, that was a good game, and I move on.
Amen. So, but going back to the ice cream thing, it was fun. We wasn't expecting that because we had went to Bubba Gump for our birthday before, but we haven't went for a while, so this was kind of new. So it was kind of fun. Well,
you know what? I think they might have did it because both of us' birthday was at the same time. But no, we told them that before.
Yeah, and we didn't have to do that, so that might be something new. But it was fun. I ain't gonna lie. When they told us, I was like, wow, oh wow.
And we did have a videotape, so if anybody wants to see it, they can go to our Facebook page. I think DJ Dika posted it. You didn't post it on Divine Victory, huh? You got to post it on Divine Victory.
No, I put everything on our personal page.
Yeah, put it on Divine Victory. You got to post it on there too.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
by tomorrow it should be there. I'm not gonna
put
too
a
much
time
on
limit,
DJ
ladies
Dika.
and gentlemen.
I'm not gonna put too much pressure on DJ Dika today, but give her about 24 hours. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on you today, but give it about 24 hours, and you will see the video live when we was at Bubble Gump and what we had to do, and how we looked funny doing it. Like she was bobbing her head, and I was trying to bob mine. Once I realized I was supposed to bob it, and oh my God, I was like, it's easier said than done. When they see people doing that stuff on TV, that mess is not easy.
So that concludes our birthday. We're not finished. We got how many more weeks in October? We got 2 more weeks to celebrate. So we'll be back next week to tell you what we did this coming week.
Oh no, I didn't finish. I also went to Catalina Island.
Oh yeah.
I didn't finish. I went to Catalina 2 weekends in a row. I went last weekend. I left Friday night, came back Sunday evening, late afternoon, and then I went on Saturday morning, and I came back today. So I had a wonderful time.
Man.
I had a wonderful time. The jazz musicians were wonderful, more especially Damien Escobar. That brother makes the violin really look interesting. Like the way he plays it, it's like I mean, most people be like, oh, he was sexy and this and that. And I mean, granted, he was. However, the part that stuck out for me is that he's so passionate when he plays. It's like he draws you into it. And I'm not saying that I haven't seen other passionate musicians, but his is like a different type of passion. And he's playing that violin the way he does it. And so it's like he just boosts everyone's energy. And then he also there's a time during his presentation that he talks to us as well. And he's uplifting, and he's talking about love, and he's talking about how we should treat one another and how we should appreciate life and things like that. So it's like he did a lot of, what do you call that? Exhorting people, like lifting people up. And so it was wonderful. It was really, really good. So I had a good time. So I did that also.
And I'm so glad she had that wonderful time. But I just need to add, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to add. Okay, because I didn't get to go. And one day I'll be able to go with her. But I just want to share this. She was talking about passion, how passionate he was. Okay, I thought she was talking about how handsome he looked. Excuse me. But I'm going to comment on it. She showed me a video. I was like, I'm not really into jazz, but I'll do it because when I'm with her, she do jazz. But I'm telling you, she sent me that video. She made me want to watch it. I watched it because he took violin watching to another level, and I wasn't watching it because of that violin. But I tell you what, he made me listen to him though, and that's all I'm gonna say on that one. All righty then, moving on. Oh, Lord have mercy. He's making me get hot and bothered right now. Come on, we gotta go back to the show. Okay.
You forgot we on there.
No, I did not. Okay. All right, this is a grown-up show. This ain't G-rated. Man, all righty then. Okay, back to reality. All righty then. Now we're going to go to our little facts. I still don't remember what I was trying to say earlier before Miss Vicky told me she wanted an icebreaker. Oh, okay, so we're going to talk about, October, outside of us being our birthday month. Don't forget you could also donate at our website for our birthday. You got all the way till November 4th and 9th. Okay, so it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's also Disability Awareness Employment. Oh, I said it wrong. Disability Employment Awareness Month. And it's also Domestic Violence Month. And it's also Pastor Appreciation Month. We want to give a shout-out to our own Bishop Ed Smith. We appreciate you. So
we're
going to give a... Oh, yes, you're right. Zoe Christian Fellowship of Whittier. We appreciate you, Bishop. Thank you.
There's a lot of Ed Smiths out there.
It sure in the heck is. You ain't never lied about that. Man. Jesus. I can't even deny that one. Okay, but anyway, let's go. We're going to start with Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to give a shout-out to all the people that have survived breast cancer or any kind of cancer in general, because we know that that's not easy at all. So I'm just going to give one or two facts today. So in the U.S., 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. The most significant risk factors for breast cancer are being female and aging. About 95% of all breast cancers in the U.S. occur in women 40 and older. Wow. Just by reading that stat alone, ladies and gentlemen, I would encourage you all, men or women, to go get checked out and get your physicals, because I have been told and through research, when you catch it early, that helps a lot. And moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then going back to National Disability Awareness Month, I'm just going to keep it sweet and simple. People with disabilities are people first, okay? They have a disability second. I'm not telling you something I read out of a book. I'm telling you for first-hand experience. I'm a person. I'm Dika, before I have disability. And being Disability Awareness Month, Employment Month, hire a person with a disability. I'm going to say it again. Hire a person with a disability. When I had my first job at Carl's Jr., that's what was told to me, that they were willing to hire me because they know a person with a disability is going to come to work every day, and they're going to come on time, and they ain't got to worry about you being late. And I was like, huh? But I realized there's some truth in that, because, you know, we might, sometimes people with disabilities might not have anything else, and they enjoy their job, and they're going to want to come to work. So don't feel threatened or feel scared to hire a person with a disability. We can do things just like everybody else. Now, we can do a whole lot more than you ever thought or imagined. That's a whole other radio show. We're going to leave it right there. Next, let's see. What else I want to talk about? Did I cover everything? Oh, Domestic Violence Month. Let me get my little information. We were talking about myths, so I'm only going to share one myth, and we'll continue the rest of the month. So let me find it. I don't want to make sure I get the right information. Can't nobody be saying tunnel vision don't give facts. Okay. Where is it at?
But you said this is a myth, so how can it be a fact?
Oh, yes. I'm talking about the whole show and period, not this one particular subject matter. I'm talking about the show period. All righty then.
Okay.
You know, what would I do without Vicky? I tell you. She keeps me honest, I tell you. Man.
I'm just answering the same way a listener would say, because I know if I was listening, I would probably say that out loud.
Oh, but you doing the show with me. But you doing the show with me, man. Boy, we having a lot of tunnel vision between the two of us today. Back to life, back to reality. I'm glad we're making you guys laugh. Myth number 6.
Hopefully.
Oh, they laughing. Myth number 6. If the batterer is truly sorry and promises to reform, the abuse is going to stop. No. Remorse and begging for forgiveness are part of the method used by batterers to control their victims. Batterers rarely stop battering without intervention. All right, then. So we've given you we've talked on 3 different subject matters. We gave you a little information. I hope that helps. If you want any more information, you know what to do. Contact us on our Facebook or Twitter or our Instagram, or send us an email at divinevictoryproduction@gmail.com. Back to life, back to reality.
Back to reality.
All righty, then. We finally got it right now. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about our subject matter for the rest of the time. So, Miss Vicki, you want to start us off on our subject matter?
Well, we're talking about what's our topic? My bad.
We're continuing our
bitter
conversation.
with the sweet.
Yes, bitter with the sweet.
So, we've been, for those listeners that are just coming on, and those that have been keeping up, or those that kind of trying to catch up, we've been talking about shows that are in the media, particularly OWN Network, which is owned by Oprah Winfrey. And a lot of the shows that we've been discussing are Tyler Perry shows. And the one in particular today is Queen Sugar. And these shows collectively have depicted social issues that we all have seen in one way or another. And so we decided that we wanted to share with you and discuss some of those social issues that have been occurring on these shows. Because some people, we had talked about before how people have tunnel vision and they want to pick and choose what shows they want to watch. They say, "Oh, I don't watch that because that's of the devil," or that show has too much sex in it, or it has too much profanity, or they're making church people look bad. Or just different little reasons why they bring up. Because I'm just only naming off certain reasons off the top of my head. However, we suggest or we dare you to watch these programs that we're discussing because you just might learn something. And we hope that, and we hope that sharing the different subject matters or the different social issues that we've recognized in the shows, we hope that it brings awareness in your life, whether it's personal or, family members, loved ones, or just maybe a neighbor, because we do believe that we are our brother and sister's keeper. So, we don't want you to have, we're trying to promote not that mentality, to get away from that mentality of me, my four, no more. It's difficult to live in this world without helping somebody or at least giving them resources or something. So anyway, hopefully these shows can be some type of resource in regards to awareness and to recognize certain things, certain dynamics in families and in populations, whatever it is, if it's the church population, if it's the school population, if it's the disabled population, if it's the LGBT population, if it's the population in your job, wherever it is. So I didn't want to make it a long story, but
you
I just
sure?
wanted to mention
You done named
that.
every population of the whole universe. God,
Actually, I did, and I just gave examples. But anyway, so with Queen Sugar, there's a lot of different things going on in Queen Sugar. That's a very, very good storyline. Queen Sugar is it Louisiana? I know it's Louisiana, but is it New Orleans?
Yes, it's Louisiana, yes. It's in
Is
Louisiana.
it New Orleans or
they didn't say
just
that.
Louisiana?
They just said Louisiana.
We'll just say Louisiana.
Yes,
and
to be safe.
So, yeah. And so anyway, we have given kind of like a background on it. I guess I can kind of give a summary. It's African-American family, a father who has four children. Three children. Three children. Two of the children, the son and daughter. The son is the youngest, and the daughter, which is the second child. No, the oldest child. Dang, I'm getting confused. Actually, the son is not the youngest. He's the middle child. So the oldest child and the middle child, which is a boy and a girl, was by one lady, and then the youngest daughter is by a Caucasian woman, and the father is African American. So they have that dynamic. Then they do discuss the issues in that area, and then the father owned a farm that he actually was taking care of it, cultivating it and growing, growing things out of the acres of land. And he ended up dying, and his children inherited the farm. So the children were not close. The son had a background of going to prison. I don't believe he had drug issues, but none of the children were close to each other. The oldest daughter, she stayed nearby. The youngest daughter lived in a whole nother state. She was actually her husband's. She was in L.A. Her husband was an NBA star, and she was his manager. So they were doing very well. So anyway, that the farm fell in their lap. And pushing forward, we won't go into the issues that happened with the farm, but we want to move forward to talk about how the oldest daughter got inspired to write a book. She had been, because they had went through a lot of hurt and pain when they lost their father, and then trying to figure out how to save the farm, who was going to be responsible for it. Another dynamic is
can I chime in right here?
Sure.
I just wanted to add, as we go into what we're going to be talking about pertaining to the family dynamic, because they went through this. It's important. I know this is a touchy subject, but it's real. It's important to have your will written, have a advance directive, have all of that in place. So when you pass away, you don't leave the burden to your family, and they got to figure out stuff, because that's what happened to them. They all three of them thought that the farm was theirs equally. And then in one of the episodes showed that it came out that he had left the farm to him, the boy, the son. And I guess he had two wills or something. I don't know how. I forgot how they thought it was all split between the three of them.
Yeah, it's basically like some people, because you can always tweak your will. Like you can write a will and then turn around and change it. And so he had changed the will. Yeah, he had changed the will, and he made his son the sole
that's what happened.
Beneficiary.
So that's another social issue. It's important to have your will written, have everything on paper, advance directive, and a will. So that's a very important social issue, and a lot of people.
And you
need
to have it. What is it called? Notarized.
Yes, and I won't say a lot. I won't say that. Some people, they don't think about burials. They don't think about funerals. They don't think about all that until it's too late. So it's very important that we have our stuff in order, not just a will and advance directive, but paying for the funeral, having help with life insurance. But anyway, we'll talk about that another day. But go on, Ms. Vicky.
Yes. So anyway, I was going to say that they lived on farmland. I mean, the farm, that area was farmland where the father had lived, and his property, was farmland. So the neighbors were the same. So the owners of the land out there in that area, majority owners was a Caucasian family, and a lot of the black farmers were losing their property. So there was like the children were trying to figure out a way to save the farm and help the other black farmers to save theirs as well. So it's like a lot of dynamics going on. So along with the different dynamics going on with them trying to save that, and then they had their own personal issues, like the son was in prison and he finally got out. He had a little boy. And then the oldest daughter, she had identity issues with herself. She didn't know if she wanted to be with a woman, a man, both.
Yes.
She didn't know if she wanted to just be celibate. She was just all over the place with that, and a lot of other things. Then they had issues with had issues with the sibling rivalry issues, and we'll go into that. I just want to give a little bit of background on that. And then the youngest daughter, that mom is Caucasian, that whole dynamic of how, we automatically want to say the white woman took my father, or the father went to a white woman type of thing, whereas we don't want to look at it that they actually found love, they fell in love and they had a child. We want to think negative.
Oh, you
so
can't
that
fall
whole
in love.
dynamic,
You can't fall in love, no.
that whole dynamic with that scenario was going on, and all the seeds and the different things that developed, and we will go into that later. But
I just want to make a comment.
Up to current. Mhm.
Okay, let me hurry. When you in love don't have no color, don't have no age. It's just love.
Right.
You just take that to the
Right.
bank. Move it on.
Right.
Jungle Fever. Y'all remember Jungle Fever? Okay, move it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, with the oldest daughter having her issues with wrestling with her identity, like all of us, just trying to make sure you're in purpose, that you on your journey the way you're supposed to be on your journey, learning from your mistakes and things like that. She decided that she all of a sudden had this enlightenment that she wanted to write a book, and it's autobiography. And okay, most autobiographies are about yourself. Sometimes people bring their family into it, but when you bring your family into it, usually, I think a lot of times if you bring them into it, they're probably not around anymore if it's too negative, or you only say certain things. You kind of like say little metaphors. You don't go straight into it. Well, she wrote a book about her family and herself, and she told dirty laundry. I won't say dirty secrets. It was like the family it's just like as if you made a mistake. Like if I have not ever been to jail, thank you, Jesus, and I pray that I don't ever be in that type of position. However, if I was in a situation at 15 years old and I did a crime and I went to juvenile hall and then, I had to do some time and all these different things, and then it was swept under the rug and nobody knew about it, then she would write about that. So that's the type of things that she did. So each family member, she had wrote about them thinking that they were going to get some kind of, what was it, Dika? Like they were going to be enlightened, like it was going to help them to face reality, like they weren't facing reality.
Oh, no, it wasn't even there yet. Wait, let me go here. We weren't even there yet. She wrote the book. And her whole family was supporting her. They was all happy-go-lucky. Oh, wow, you wrote a book. But they didn't know that she had told their dirty laundry in the book. And they giving her props. Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying the point of what she wrote. She wrote about, because they didn't know what she wrote at first.
Right.
She was speaking about it. She was good because she had pre-speaking engagement. I guess I don't know what they call it, but it's like they weren't book signings, but she went and spoke in different environments about the book before it was released. Before the book was released, she had went and spoke in different environments, and so they were the first to hear about the book. And the information, their business that she spoke on, the family's business, was very, very detrimental.
Personal.
It was personal and detrimental. One of the her nephew's mother used to be on drugs, and she gave like explicit information about what happened, like how she was sleeping with different people and her addiction, and how they found her drugged up and all, drunk and had been sleeping around, and they had to go take the baby. Like, she wrote that kind of stuff in the book.
And that's why I ain't sharing with nobody. Keep it till I go to my grave. And nobody know my business. Nothing. And if you know any of my business, you better hide it. You better, forget about it. Thank you. Okay, moving on. That's a shame. Talk about a social issue. But the funny thing about it, when you think about her character, because this is a character she's playing, right? When you think about the character disposition, she didn't think she was doing nothing wrong. Yeah, that part.
She did not think that she was hurting anybody. She thought
she
that
felt that
she was
helping
helping
them to be set free. Yes.
Yeah,
we're gonna be set free.
That's the point I was trying to get. That's where I was trying to go. She
Okay.
felt like she was helping her family to free them of their pain, and she felt like their pain was them. But
did nobody ask her to free them?
Right.
That's the problem. They didn't ask her to free
like
them.
That if they faced their truth of their past, that it would set them free. And she felt like because everybody has a different formula for freedom for their life. Like it's a different formula for everybody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So her formula was, to write a memoir. You know what I'm saying? But not about her family, unless she was going to write it and put it in a safe somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Not to sell it, not to give it to the whole world. But that's the kind of stuff she was talking about. That's the kind of stuff you write in your diary.
Nowadays you can't even write stuff in a diary because people find that sucker. You better have a lock on that sucker. You know what I'm saying? Man, better lock that sucker up.
You know what I mean? You can write in codes like Best Man did. You can write in codes.
I guess I need to start writing in codes.
The movie Best Man,
yeah.
I forget his name, the actor. But when he wrote that novel about his coming up in college and everything, he wrote everything in code.
But they still figured it out.
But his college friends figured it out, not the world. The world that was reading it didn't know. It was only his college friends. So I'm saying, like, if she wants to write a book, you write in a diary, you write it in the, in code. You don't write it straight out, just so that because if that's a part of her freedom, then that's something she needs to be freed from, but not to monopolize off of it, because she was getting success. She in turn got success out of that, out of telling her people's business like that.
Well, let me make an announcement.
There's one way to tell business, but she took it to a whole nother level.
One way to tell business. What way is that?
Yes, she gave.
What way is that, Ms. Vicky?
She could have said it much lighter. She gave discreet information.
Why do you say so much lighter? Excuse me, please.
I said discreet. I used the wrong word. Explicit information. I didn't even say discreet. Explicit information.
Oh,
like
Lord.
her sister, her younger sister, said when she found out what she wrote in the book, she said, "Is this how much you hate me?" You know what I'm saying? And she's telling everybody I'm the devil. Because that's how it came back to her.
Wrong with that. Yeah.
But then she also wasn't even going to tell them that she wrote about them. She was just going to release the book and think that they was going to be happy for her. So somebody, I forget who it was, somebody came to her and said, "You better tell your family." I forget who told her that. But anyway, someone warned her. Someone warned her to make sure, someone warned her and told her she did do it. Someone warned her and told her to let her family
already knew.
Listen. Okay. No, they didn't.
Okay.
Someone warned her to tell them about the book before it was released. So she went and gave each person the book and told them to read it. So she did what they said.
Yes.
She did what they said.
But however, before she did
and they all read it, and they all read it before the book was released. All of them.
Okay, Ms. Vicky.
I think the only person was the last one was the aunt, which I'm not sure if she read hers before the book was released. She might have read it right before. Because you know how they drag on the storyline, and you be thinking that it's days and weeks and months that went by. It'd be just only a day.
Because I was just going to add, you're right, Ms. Vicky, they didn't know, but what happened was a reporter, her sister, was at a press conference, and you're right, she didn't know yet. She knew the book was out, but she didn't know what was in it.
But she had already got the book. She already got the book, though. She had it.
Oh, when the reporter asked her the question?
She had the book before that happened. Yeah, she had the book already.
Mm-hmm.
But after that happened, that drove her to go and read the book.
Okay, I got you now.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Yeah, she went and got a bottle of wine, and she sat out with the book.
Yeah. Man, I think I would have had to have some more than some wine. But thank you for that clarification. So I'm here to let y'all know.
You have some vodka too? Because I'm like, when you say more than wine, what you mean more than wine?
Okay. Now see, we talking about
You
TV
better
show, but you telling our
Look.
business right now. You telling our dirty
You started it.
look,
You planted the
look.
seed talking about you'll have more than one. You like, what more can you have more than one? Hopefully your heart is alcohol, not nothing else. I know you ain't talking about no substances.
Anyway.
Okay. All right.
I'm not trying to share that I drink alcohol because it makes me sick. But anyway. Maybe forget what I was gonna say. Focused on alcohol. Don't get. Oh.
So
yeah.
anyway, okay, go ahead.
I remember what I was gonna say now. For all the people out there that's telling me to write a book, I'm letting y'all know. I have second thoughts. Okay. So y'all gonna be waiting, cause this storyline messed me up. I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna have to leave a lot of stuff out, or I just don't say nothing, cause people are not gonna be happy. Cause I write, even though this is a show. What?
No, I was going to say something. Go ahead.
Even though this is a show and this is fiction, but that stuff be really happening. You know, it'd be like you write a book and it'd be your story, and then people gonna get mad. I had a personal experience, true story. Somebody did an article about me, and I was speaking the truth. And so I had a Queen Sugar Mummy too. Somebody read it and was calling me on the phone talking about why I say that. I'm like, excuse me. That is what happened. That's my truth. I ain't got a lot to kick it. I'm sorry if you don't agree, but that's my truth, and we gonna go ahead. And that was just a little thing. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll have to wait on writing the book, wait till they pass away or something, because But everybody, even though it's your truth, everybody, social issue, real stuff. Even though it's your truth, everybody's not gonna agree with your truth, and you got to be ready to do that when you're writing the book. So I'm not ready to deal with that.
It was so crazy that she was just compelled to write this book. She was so inspired, like she had like a spiritual awakening or something. And in the movie, I'm not knocking people. I mean, whatever you do is your business, and I just hope you be safe. You're not doing anything evil. However, she was into I don't know. What was it? Goodness. She was into doing incense and all these things, and I don't know. She seemed like she was into some type of belief system that she had gathered in the South, and I can't even label it because they didn't identify what she do, as far as what kind of practices that she did. So I'm just saying that, it was just like, she got a spiritual awakening, she felt, but it turned out really nasty because she was very close with her family at this point in the show. She had become very close with everyone. They was a close-knit family. They were working together. They always said they loved each other. They supported one another. But once she released that book, once she wrote that book and her family found out about it, they could not stand her. Their relationships were broken. They became estranged. And so where she got her spiritual awakening from, I don't know. Some things we do always say, a lot of times we'll say things happen for a reason, but I think that that's not all. I mean, maybe we could say things happen for a reason, but maybe for me, I feel like maybe the reason is that she needs to be more sensitive and considerate of other people, and this is a lesson that she's learning, and she had to be burnt. She had to feel that burning sensation in her stomach and in her heart from being rejected by her family to realize that you don't do people like that. Maybe that's the thing where you say things happen for a reason, but other than that, I don't believe that's the case in everybody's situation. I think sometimes it's just that we just made a mistake, period. Because a lot of times we'll attach that, things happen for a reason, like that's the way God wanted it to go. But no, a lot of times when we make certain decisions, God ain't got nothing to do with it. It's us. And so I'm saying that if it's not bringing life into something, if it's not bringing good fruit into it, or a good result out of it, then you cannot attach God to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Ooh, silky,
when
silky.
she was writing about her family, she was pouring out pain into, people say the universe. I don't even want to use that word. I didn't even want to address it that way because I don't want to get caught up in saying that kind of thing. But it's like in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? You releasing hurt and negativity. That's why a lot of times I say, don't come giving me no negative information. Let me find out on my own unless I really need to know, because sometimes people have some people have bad intentions. Some people just aren't careful. Like they just careless and they just no filter and just run off at the mouth and don't even realize that they're causing more harm than good when they start speaking to people and telling them all these things. Because it's like, okay, initially when you start pouring out into a person and telling them negative stuff, what are you doing? You're making them feel bad. So take that into consideration. When you're telling somebody something, do you want to hurt them? Because you're going to hurt them, and then, matter of fact, you're going to hurt them double because you're telling them something bad about another individual, and then you're hurting them by them even finding out. So I'm just saying, with her writing this memoir about her family and putting all that stuff out there in the world for the world to read it, and not only just wrote a book, there's a lot of people that are authors, and their books are sitting on shelves, or they're just sitting in an online base somewhere. But this girl's book is out there. People want her books. I'm talking about colleges want her books. All kind of big time writers and people from different environments. Yeah, she was on the bestseller. So it's like their business is really out there, and people are really reading this book. So I'm just saying that was just.
So she was a good writer.
That was
she
my
just,
take. And she was an excellent writer. She was.
Yeah, Miss Vicky told it very well. Miss Vicky missed her calling. She get all into our subject. You get all deep into the subject matter, and I'd be like, man, I don't even know what to say behind now.
How I missed my calling? What is my calling?
I was being funny, Miss Vicky. You done gave us a psychology lesson like we on a couch somewhere. You done took us to church 2 or 3 times. But and then you on the podcast DJ, and you know what I'm saying? My goodness. So you did very well, explaining that right there. So, did y'all hear Miss Vicky? Miss Vicky don't want to hear no negativity news, so don't come tell her nothing. Let her find out on her own. Number 2, go ahead.
There are certain things that we need to know, granted. But I'm just saying there are a lot of situations where people just want to run their mouth and they really didn't need to say anything. A lot of times it's more self-gratification than for help for the other person. Because even if you want to say in the church, we need to pray more before we run in to go talk to somebody. Because sometimes we just trying to have self-gratification, running off to people, telling them stuff. But even outside of that, because the population that I actually am in is the church, is the Christian church. However, the church is within me, but I'm saying in the being a believer and being with fellow Christian believers. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of times we've done that. But even outside of the church, people do the same thing. They run and they want to go tell this and that, any other, for self-gratification, just to let them know they know, or just want to tell them something because they think they're going to be able to help, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes it's not even the case of what you should do.
And let me just ask this. When she was talking about people like to go see, back in the day, not that I want to tell my age, but I don't care about my age because I look good for my age. Okay, look, back in the day when we want to tell people, if you want to tell people business, you just get on your phone. You get on your phone and you call all your homies and you tell the business. But nowadays, we got this thing called social media, and they want to put their business on social media. I'm sorry, people gonna get mad, but I'm speaking the truth. Facebook, excuse me. The premise behind Facebook is not what people be doing. The premise behind Facebook was to connect people so they can connect with each other. Connect with your family members and connect with people, not to get on there and gossip, not to get on there and fight one another. Then everybody,
spread your dirty laundry.
Excuse me, if y'all don't know this by now, let me tell you. Tunnel vision. Let me tell you. Everybody sees your business. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody sees it. And it don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere. It's in cyberspace. It's there forever. If you want to go off on somebody or you want to get mad at somebody, pick up the phone. Go back and forth all day long. You paying the bill. It don't matter. Don't put that mess on social media. Social media was meant for us to connect with one another. How you doing, Miss Vicky? How you doing, Miss Vicky? Man, that must be killing me. Excuse me. People come up to me talking about, I don't be on Facebook. Because if I ain't got nothing positive to say, encouraging, then you're not going to see me on Facebook. Okay?
Exactly.
There it is there for all those people that
or
be
anything
asking.
Else.
Man, I'm going to talk about politics. Excuse me. I was about to say politics. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to talk about encouragement. I'm going to talk about our show. I'm going to talk about our ministry. I'm going to talk about my community service activities. That's it. And if I'm too boring, I'm too boring. Okay. Anyway. So we have discussed. So that's what we call the bitter with the sweet. You take the bitter with the sweet.
We're gonna go into more dynamics to give you a little bit more dynamic about Queen Sugar, and hopefully it'll tug on you to go and listen to it. Go and watch it.
Yes.
And continue to listen to us. And,
yes, please do.
Listen to
and tell your friends. Back in the day. You remember back in the day, for all you, I won't say old. Y'all remember Alpha Beta? Y'all know, people that's 50 or above, 40, 50. Remember that store Alpha Beta? In the motto used to be what was it? Tell a friend. Like Alpha Beta. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? You remember that store Zodi's? Man, I'm you make
I was just getting ready to say Zodi's, girl. That
Zodi's and Jim Cole and Best. What was that show? Excuse me. What was that store? Best something. But anyway, we need to talk about that.
Woolworths.
What'd you say?
Woolworths, but they still have a Woolworths, I think, in downtown LA.
What the heck is
Woolworths. It's like a Kmart kind of like.
Oh, I might be missing it.
But it also has a pharmacy, I believe, in Woolworths. But it's like a Kmart.
Woolworths. Okay,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow,
and
you didn't know nothing about that?
Jim Cole, my story. Yeah, anyway. Well, you are a little older than me, boy. You ain't that much older than me, so I'll take that back. Okay. I said I'll take it back. All righty then. Oh, before we say goodbye, because, I like to play my song before we go. Before we say goodbye, we want to give tribute to a legend.
We're not going to say goodbye. We're going to say see you later.
There we go. See you later. Next week, same time, same place.
Yeah.
See you later. We're going to give tribute to United States Representative Elijah Cummings. He was a legend. If anybody, how can I say this? He passed away at 68 years old. And he was a legend. He was part of the civil rights, and he's going to be missed. He was the person that helped Congress, do their job. So I don't know what we're going to do now that he's gone. Hopefully somebody else is going to pick up the torch, and we're going to leave it there. All right. So we just want to give respect to his passing, and he's going to truly be missed. So in memory of Elijah Cummings, the United States Representative. All righty, then. And we're going to end with our song. Go ahead.
See you later. No, I'm just saying my laters.
Oh, yeah, you
See
go
you
ahead.
later, family. Have a wonderful week. Be safe. Peace and love. Give out peace and love. If you don't have anything to give out, don't say nothing at all until you can build yourself up to be able to give out something good. Love y'all.
Oh, man. Hallelujah. Holla back.
For you.
We're not going to be able to play our song, but peace. Y'all be safe.
You can play it.
See you later. I can't find it, man. Shoot.
Aww.
Alrighty then. I wasn't trying to share that in front of everybody. No, I don't want to pay anyone. No, can't do that. All righty then. Peace. See you next week. Holla back. Hallelujah. Holla back.
Later.